Hey everyone, Bromopar here. Wanted to go over something else other than all the creationist stuff I've been talking about. And it's kind of to answer a question. It's sort of my view on this particular question. I happen to be a sci-fi geek extraordinaire, if some of you may not know. But there's a big question that is out there, and I may actually be able to provide an answer of sorts. Question being, if aliens are out there, why haven't they come down and visited us? Now, I actually was inspired to answer this question through a man who is rapidly becoming my idol, Dr. Michio Kaku. He works in New York. He's a theoretical physicist, and for those of you who don't know, he's actually working every day on string theory. But he likes to do talks, and he's also often on the Science Channel, the History Channel. I've seen him speak a number of times. I love him. He's a great guy. Well, I wouldn't try to pick curtains out with him or anything, but he's a great guy, very smart, and he really makes astronomy and physics fun. So, I mean, he's the kind of guy that I can really look up to. Because for me, that's really important. You know, learning by having fun is the best way to do it. But anyway, I digress. If there are aliens out there, why haven't they visited us? And this is a really good question. In fact, a lot of scientists will ask you that. If you ask them, are there aliens? They'll say, well, if there were, they'd come and visit. I do believe, actually, that they have visited. There are far too many UFO reports that go just way too far back to absolutely discount the fact that we have been visited by aliens. I think it is possible that they've been here maybe a couple times, maybe a handful of times, maybe different species, each one visiting us once and then leaving. I mean, who knows? It's really hard to tell, but I really think they have been here. But they haven't landed in Washington, D.C., and popped out and said, take me to your leader and come in peace, blah, 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 blah. Why is that? It's a very interesting question. And just doing through my own thinking, just kind of kicking a few things around in my head, and also, as I said, inspired by Dr. Kaku, and I will be quoting him in here. So I want to make sure he gets credit for some of these ideas. I didn't come up with them on my own. A couple I actually thought of watching his videos. But I want to go over three distinct possibilities as to why aliens have never landed and said, we want to know more about you. One, it's very simple. Actually involves a little bit of common sense. They haven't visited because they don't know we're here. Maybe hard to believe, but the Milky Way galaxy has approximately 400 billion stars inside of it. Now, of those, we can only see about 4,500. And of the ones that we can see, only about 100 of them, we've been able to detect planetary systems. Now, we can't actually see planets. We have to watch the star very closely for a very long time, examine the changes in its behavior, and then we can say, okay, there's a planet here, or there's a planetary system here. How difficult is it to describe planet, or to detect planets and discover them and actually know that they're there? The first planetary system other than ours wasn't picked up until 1992. Yeah, 18 years ago. So, literally hundreds of years have gone by without ever seeing a single planet. It took us hundreds of years to find one. And fortunately, we were able to refine the techniques, and now we're detecting more and more. Over the 18 years, we've been able to detect several. So that's been nice. But it should give you an idea of just how difficult it is to look into the sky, even with the technology we have, and say, hey, look, there's a planet there. Now, it's reasonable to assume that any alien civilization anywhere in our galaxy is having the exact same problem. They're looking around at all the visible stars, and they're trying to find planets, and they're just having a dickens of a time. So naturally, they're only go for the stars, or the planets, that are closest to them. Let's say the alien civilization is on the opposite end of the galaxy, 100,000 light years away. Yeah, they may be capable of faster than light travel, but they got a lot of stops to make before they finally make it over to us. So, yeah, it could be they're out there and they just haven't gone this far yet. It is also possible that they're a little bit closer. Let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that one of the 4,500 stars that we see has a planetary system with an intelligent species on it that is capable of faster than light travel that could reach us within a practical amount of time. What is the likelihood that they know we're here? Again, very, very low. We've only picked up 100 planetary systems. So, I mean, you're literally, I like to think of it as you take a dart blindfold yourself, spin around in a circle, and try to hit a bullseye that's about 1 inch wide inside Candlestick Park. Yeah, give you an idea just how tough it is. Because first of all, you've got to look for the planet. You've got to know what kind of planet you're looking for, and then you've got to look at it. So those two types of things can really make things difficult. Now, it's the assumption we love to make is that alien civilizations, if they can travel faster than the speed of light, well, then they can see the entire galaxy. They've mapped everything that there is to know. They know we're here. They know we exist. And I'm sorry, that is just way too far of a stretch of the imagination. Even me, a believer in science fiction, I don't believe that. I don't think any alien civilization with the technology to travel faster than light knows exactly where everything is in the galaxy. It's just too far-fetched. So chances are, if there are alien civilizations out there, even if they're only within a few hundred light years, I really doubt they know we're here. It would really be a stretch. Now here's something else, just kind of a little kicker to throw in there. I mentioned you have to know what kind of planet you're looking for. Say an alien civilization is out there, however, the environment that they live in, that they evolved in, is so completely different from our own that they look at our planet and say, that environment is way too hostile, it's too cold, there's too much oxygen, there's too much water, there's no way life could live there. Very easy assumption to make. We look at planets and we say it all the time. There's no way anything lives there. Well, the problem is there's no way that anything on Earth could live there, but that doesn't mean that life could not have evolved there under those environmental conditions. Life we've found in just about every single environment on the face of the planet. It's ridiculous. Life is extremely adaptable. There is no reason to believe that, say, I like to point out the Saturn's biggest moon, Titan. It actually has a gaseous atmosphere, mostly methane. Well, actually, no, I think it's mostly nitrogen and methane. But the methane concentration is about the same as the oxygen concentration we have, and there's liquid methane on the planet. Now, if a life form could evolve to breathe methane the same way we breathe oxygen, well, there's no reason there couldn't be just tons and tons of life forms on the moon of Saturn, especially if they can evolve in the kind of cold conditions that primarily exist on that particular moon. So, making quite a bit of an assumption here that the aliens that are going to fly to us look like us, breathe like us, exist in the same atmosphere, drink water, eat the same kind of foods we do. That's just as much of a stretch as saying that they can see us no matter where they are in the galaxy and they know exactly where we are. So, both of those two assumptions, in my mind, are flawed. Now, I'm not saying that alien civilizations don't know we're here, because like I said, I believe UFOs have visited the planet. But because we've only gotten a few visits, most alien civilizations that are out there, and I'm pretty sure there are thousands upon thousands, don't know we're here, and the odds are against them being able to detect us, even with advanced technology.